Solomon wouldn't have to do the whole hang around thing though, because he is already adapted to that lifestyle. I think the reason why I want to do that with Leia. I need to bring you up to speed on, I mean, a big but not unexpected thing. Essentially,
be gentle with me. I'm going to wake since 6 a.m. so my brain's barely functioning.
I will be gentle with you, but I'm just going to be direct with the points I need to make. Basically,
yeah, I mean, fair.
Mid, I'm just getting rid of as the branch.
Oh, thank God.
I've decided to just bin off the whole side division concept thing, and I've had 3 separate conversations with this being the third, with Alea, and Johnny, and now you. Basically, what I wanted to do was get rid of it. I know there was also another few people that was like kind of helping with it and hanging around, but right now I'm kind of not really bothered about that. It's just the main 3 for me, you, Alea, and Johnny. Now that that's gone, Johnny has decided and gone down the route of, he still likes doing exactly what it was set out to be, which is the surveillance stuff. So Johnny is going to remain with us as a unknown member. He is just a MANOR member. He's not mid or anything like that. He's just a MANOR member that isn't public to anybody else. If he gets into problems with other groups, we don't go and do anything about it because we don't want to reveal that. That's what he said he wants, that he just has complete secrecy to being in the group so he can continue doing the things he doesn't get an info. So that's how he's going to be doing it. Alea is trying to make a shift from the more businessy lifestyle into the gang lifestyle. She's a bit all over the place with what she wants, so I'm kind of giving her a bit of time to solidify her thought process on what she wants to do. But as of right now, she's saying she wants to try and make her way through the hang around process and into the group to try and get to know everyone and pursue it in a more gang way, which is fine. I'm down to give her that opportunity if that is actually what she wants.
I actually respect the fact that she's phrased it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of wanted, because she said to me, she was like, I feel like I don't really talk to you guys, or I don't really know everyone in the group. And in my head, it only made sense if she then wants to be part of that gang side of things, she just have to go through the same process as everyone else. Because it's different to someone like you or Johnny, who's acquainted with everyone, been at lots of meetings, been in lots of situations with us. So she would do that if that's what she decides, or it's just going to go completely the other way and she's not going to be a MANOR member and she'll just be, you know, we work with her on a few things here and there and just kind of like old times. With you, obviously I wanted to put on the table you just becoming a MANOR member, if that is where your head lies and if that is your you know, what you would want to do, because I know you're even a bit more front facing than how Johnny wants to do it. Like, you want to get into heists and occasionally you'll rep her flag and shit like that. So I wanted to do that. That would come with a few slight lifestyle changes, in the sense of, if mid is no longer a thing, you just becoming MANOR member would probably be a bit more controlled, just being transparent, in the sense of like, you wouldn't be running your own thing at that point. So it would just be, you know, you still got what you got going on outside the group, but with thing like arms dealing and all of that kind of stuff, there would be somewhat of an expectation there for like us to take priority. So if you've got like X amount of guns that you're moving, us getting contacted first, getting first pick of the bunch, being able to do that and buy that stock. And like, just in general, when it comes to, I would just want to make sure that MANOR is what you want to put everything into. That's where your energy is. You feel at home doing that, and understand that it would be more of, you know, you come in as a member, there's less of your own thing now, but you're more part of the unity of the whole thing. If that suits you, like, then we're more than happy to do it. Equally, if there's other things, you know, or you want to have more control over something, or set up something different, then I hear out that conversation, obviously. But that's kind of what I want to do. I just wanted to bring in the main 3. If all 3 want to come over, perfect. If a few have their own ideas, then that's fine. Because it always was an experiment for me. Even when we started mid, I said to you, like, we'll give it a go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So that's kind of what I want to do. Then that's kind of over to you of what your thoughts are and where you would want to lay within that. Would you be happy with just being a member of the MANOR and going about what you do as a member of the MANOR? Over to you.
Yeah, let me think. There's a few things I've got to work out. And for example, with the arms dealing shit, are we going to view that as like a business in the same way that we do like weed, for example, whereby we come up with like prices for stuff? Or is it a case of, the reason I say that, obviously, because that's like my main way of making money right now, like buying and selling shit.
Right.
So I ain't got a problem giving first preference, but is it first preference and at cost? In which case, obviously, I lose like my income, and then you know what I mean? It's like, you know, see what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna come up with like,
yeah. I understand what you're getting at.
yeah. So, like, but also like, and like, you know, Steve knows this from when I dropped off some guns like yesterday. That was all at cost. So part of me feels like weird, like making money off
It's a
getting
good
that sort of
question.
stuff for the gang, because it's like, I don't know, I just feel weird doing it. But on the other hand, that's kind of how I figured out a way I can make money without driving myself mental by doing something that's grindy. You
How
know what
much
I mean?
profit do you currently make off of it, like per gun, roughly?
It depends on average. If it's a hot gun, I buy them cheap, so anywhere from like $2.5 to $4 grand. And if it's brand new out of the box, again, depends on what I buy it at, but anywhere from $2 to $5 grand.
That, yeah, well, there's no reason why we couldn't potentially do like almost similar to how we run Moonshine, in a way where it's like there's a small split, so the money would still be profited, so it wouldn't be charging cost, but a percentage of that money go to like gang fund in the same way we do Moonshine and weed. That's something I'd have to think about. It's a decent question though. It's a good point to raise. That's something I could address.
I don't want it to come across as me being I'm just thinking like,
no, it's a fair question.
If that's like my main, like, because like it's one of those things in this city right now, like there's stuff to do and stuff to get on with and ways of making money, but you know what I'm like, I like to make money by you know wheeling and dealing and talking rather than, you know, do activity number 5.
I'm also happy to get you onto an app so you can sell and stuff like that. If you're going to be coming in as just a more front-facing member, there's no reason why we can't get you on an app, so in downtime you can be making money that way as well and pushing progression.
Oh fuck, who was it I spoke to? Hang on, let me check, because Steve gave me the number.
Probably Phantom.
Yes, there we go. So yes, he was meant to get me sorted out a day or 2 ago.
We've only got 2 slots left on that. One went today, making it 2 from 3. So yeah, get on there and then we can fill that last one as well. And you'll have weed with that gun stuff. Like, I'll put a pin in that. I don't have an answer for that right this second, but I'll try and think of a way we can make that work where it's not completely cutting your money making out of the equation, but it's also benefiting the group. And when I say priority, by the way,
that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I bought it at 12, I'm charging 20.
Maybe
like, I feel bad charging like $1 grand on top for gang shit.
Well, maybe we don't do cost, but what we do is when gang buys, it's like it's less profit on your end, but you're still profiting to an extent. You know, like you say, you're making maybe a K instead of 2K or something like that.
Yeah, I think maybe
at the moment,
me and you both give a think about it. Like, there's no rush for figuring out maths and economics of it all right now. And then like tomorrow we grab some time and go, right, I've thought of this, you've thought of that, and then let's figure out, you know, again, similar way to like Moonshine or like the Weed Grow Up or however that stuff works. You know what I mean?
We would, because the thing we'd need as well is right now financially we're really decent. We're sitting about $1.5 million in the gang fund. That was about 2 mil until we bought a couple of gang cars the other day. So if you come to us with first dibs on them guns, it will be a rare situation where we say, oh yeah, we won't buy those. And when I say priority as well, if you've got 15 guns, there's no harm in selling us 10 and then just shotting 5 on the side, so you can make a little bit of profit on that. But priority to me just means, you know, we can get the bulk if we need, and then anyone else who you would supply comes secondary to the manor.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, I mean, 15 guns would be amazing as it is. I think if this week, if I had 100 911s, I'd have sold all 100. Everyone and their dog is going mental right now.
Yeah.
Fucking Hades want 20.
They've got too much money. They're buying materials at 9 per, I heard.
Yeah, they've bought in the last week, they've bought 70 extended magazines.
Damn.
7-0. Also, did Steve fill you in on the baller situation?
Yes.
Which bit?
I think
the 2 of them going up to Chumash and taking
yeah. Johnny actually filled me in on that. Yeah, KTB and Eastside Ballers. Yeah, basically the main thing is just that you would be happy to be in, just like come in as a normal member, rep, like feel free to rep as much as you want. Johnny will obviously be the complete opposite end of that. Doesn't really change what you go about doing in your day-to-day. It's just I would expect priority with your business goings, and I guess there'll be less control on your end. But if that's something you're okay with, then Obviously, we want you around.
Yeah, let me. So when you say like less control, how do you mean?
Well, obviously, you would have gone from having mid, which was kind of like an operation that I started and had, you know, guided to you to kind of do your thing with. As it's that, like, if you was to then come in now as just a member without mid, that responsibility would leave you. So right now, I couldn't say you're going to become a member and I can guarantee give you this responsibility, because there's not that many responsibilities to give out right now.
Oh no. First of all, I mean, I ain't built that way. You know what I mean? I don't fucking go anywhere and expect anything. I just meant more like, you know, what is like less control? You know, what is less control?
I just mean in sense less control, as in you obviously haven't got your own thing going like you had with mid. It would just be you would be in the same capacity as any other member who has, you know, their own things that they get into. But when it comes to MANOR stuff, it's just like everyone else.
So I'm still like good to like do jobs for other people, or is that like a no-no?
Oh yeah, no, there's no reason why you can't do jobs with anyone else, as long as it's not eating into our Bitcoin or you're not using our, you know, computer or anything like that. Even if it is a case of that, the thing is the best thing I can say to you, right, is there's no problems with doing anything with anyone else, but communication is very important with that. Because if there's a lot of transparency on your end, being like, oh, I'm about to go do this with CG, or I'm about to go do this with Chip and his mechanic friends, it just makes it a bit easier.
So like the other day when I was like, I might be doing a laundromat.
Yeah, literally, just stuff like that. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I could go and do a laundromat with Saints right now if I wanted to. There's not, you know, there's no reason why I can't do that. I just need the transparency and communication on what you got going on your end. And also, I need to know that if you was on a laundromat with somebody that isn't MANOR, and then MANOR are in a situation and that call comes in, you're willing to just drop everything.
Yeah, but I mean, that's standard shit, you know what I mean? Someone's going to help, doesn't matter what you're doing.
I think that's the main thing. Coming in as just like, coming into it as a member now and being at a point where you're a bit more open to, like, you know, risking felonies and stuff like that, there'd be more expected in terms of helping out when people are in trouble, or, you know, helping push some weed, getting the rep up, helping with a more day-to-day street shit.
Yeah, let me think on it. Also, I want to wind back to something that you mentioned earlier, or rather someone you mentioned earlier. It's something that's been thrown away in my head, and especially now that you've said that, you know, Johnny's going to keep doing his secret, no one knows about him aspect. Do you remember Autumn?
Yeah.
You know, big old problem causer, Junior, that whole situation. He still spends an awful lot of time with that girl. Now, me personal, people can do what they want, right? But she's been proven to like to dig about and stir with a little spoon. And he's been proven to have her as, I guess, some kind of kryptonite. I mean, I don't know why you would go back to someone who treated you the way she treated him, but he does, and he has. This is more like me saying to you, it's worth you knowing so that more than one person can keep an eye on it. Because if anyone's going to eventually like out him in some capacity, it's going to be her. Especially because she's currently running around wearing purple.
KTB.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
You know what I mean? So there's, if that situation's ever going to go south, it's going to go real south.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's good to know. I didn't know she was even affiliated, to be fair.
Yeah, it was yesterday. She was running around with a few of them, and I spotted her at the hospital wearing purple trainers. And I was like, well, she's been seen with them. She's now wearing purple trainers. You know what I mean? Like, put two and two together on that one.
I'll just make it very, very clear to Johnny. I don't want him sharing any MANOR information with her. Anything regarding himself and personal life, I could care less. Anything MANOR related, just regardless of how much he might trust her or want to trust her, just stays stum. He'll be on that.
Anyway, yeah, I had to get that out in the open. Otherwise, I didn't sound.
Yeah, it's a valid concern. It's fair enough.
Yeah, reference the other stuff. Let me
think on it, innit? There's no rush with it. There's no rush with it. If there's like, I'll just be completely honest with you. If there is other avenues that you're thinking are gonna be difficult to pursue based off of like the change, or the change isn't gonna be the ideal situation for you, don't force yourself to do it because you with us as people, because the relationship that we've got, I feel personally didn't really change too heavy when you became mid or wasn't mid. Obviously we was spending more time together and it was, you know, more conversations, but I don't think a bunch changed. So our relationship and a lot of the group's relationship with you ain't going to be too much different. So think on it. And if it's actually what you really, really want, then get stuck in and come do it. If it's not truly what you really, really want, then honestly, don't do it. Because I don't want it to be you doing it if it's not 100% your priority and what you really, truly want.
No, it's not. It's not even. I think priority is the wrong word. You know what I mean? Because I think a better
if it's the right
analogy might
fit,
be,
I guess.
Yeah. I was gonna say like square peg, round hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you and everyone else knows that. I mean, there's nearly nothing's ever gonna come to a point that we're gonna fall out.
Oh no, never.
You know what I mean? Like we've been through way too much shit for that to happen. But what I wouldn't want to happen is I jump at this without thinking about it, and then like a month in, I'm like I can't hack this shit. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, because then what I wouldn't want is me blindly just going yeah. Because I love being around everyone. That ends up causing friction because I end up being like, okay, this really isn't fitting, and you know what I mean? I feel like I'm just forcing something.
Yeah, I have to be transparent with you as well. With the type of group we are, like there is individuals in the gang that if you did make the wrong decision and then wanted to walk midway through, people would look at you differently.
Yeah, of course they would.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot. I'm well aware of that. You know what I mean? And that's another reason for me wanting to be like, right, you know, things have changed, and I get why things are changing. Like, don't get me wrong on that one. Like, shit didn't pan out the way anyone wanted to. But if it's been adjusted and what I do is adjusted, I need to make sure that that adjustment is going to be one that I'm kosher with, like long term. You know what I mean? Not like a week down the line or like a month down the line, but like in a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're on the same page. That's kind of what I wanted to put to you is like, make sure you just think about it for, is this your forever? You know, nothing is necessarily forever, but if you don't want it to be your forever, then you shouldn't be there, you know?
Yeah, don't make a decision if you don't think you're going to be there for a long time.
Yeah.